And welcome back to the channel and to another deck guide for today. And as you can see by the title, I am not going to be alone for this deck guide. I am joined today by someone who is actually well known in the Gwent community. He is around in a lot of streamers that stream on Twitch. You see him talking with a lot of the members of the community. We have the Shoop ambassador himself. We have Decode789. How are you doing, sir?
Hey Enzo, yeah, I'm doing great, man. It's good to be here. It's good to be here, man.
Oh, that's good to hear. I think right now it's like what, the morning. It's morning there for you, right? There in India?
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. right now.
10 a.m. Goodness me. It's like 8 p.m. here at night. Like the time zone difference is so
Whoa.
much. It's insane. Yeah, right? So,
yeah, it's wild, man.
yeah, exactly. So for today's deck guide, we have a leader ability that you probably have not seen in a hot minute. We are going to be playing with Blood Scent. By the looks of it, we have a bit of a hybrid deck. We're mixing in Wild Hunt and Vampires because, like, let's be honest, Vampires on their own, they suck. Veil has a lot to do with that because a lot of cards, a lot of cards that are in decks nowadays now run Veil. So you obviously can't rely purely on Vampires and the bleed to, to get your points in win round one. So they mixed in. So this deck actually isn't by us. We didn't make this deck. We actually found this deck on playgwent.com's deck builder. I think that's what I want to do more often. And if Decode obviously wants to join anytime, no problem. But yeah, looking through just decks that people make.
I do enjoy deck building more than playing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't hurt every now and then just to see what other people have built, and it could be inspiration for other decks that could be potentially be seen in ladder next season. So what do you think of it right now? Like, just looking at it based on purely what you see, how do you think we're gonna do today? Because we're gonna play 2 games with this deck. You think we're gonna go 0-2, 1-1, or 2-0?
The problem I see right now are Gales and Blood Moon.
Oh, Crimson Curse. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a beta player. I say Blood Moon.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, this could be tough actually because Wild Hunt uses Frost, right? And obviously you can't have both Frost and Blood Moon together. So yeah, that's gonna be tough.
But let's see how it goes. And also, I think you need to change the stratagem to the Veil one so that we have Necrat sticking to the board.
That's true. That's true. I did have this episode planned so that you actually put. We actually make the suggestions after, but seeing this, I already agree. Like, let's be honest, Crystal Skull is like almost always better than Tactical Advantage. Like, you give up 1 point of power for Veil, and Veil's actually super valuable, especially with like Nilfgaard's locking things again and all that stuff. I hope you don't run into Lockdown because I would like to see Blood Scent in action again. But yeah, like for those of you,
I think even with Lockdown, right? Sorry, I stopped you there. Yeah, I think even with Lockdown, this engine overload can be winnable, The only problem is the Crimson Curse and the Gales. Other than that, we can make changes.
Yeah, exactly. Like Gale was obviously much more powerful when it was pure Vampires because obviously you had more cards that had bleed support. But since we're playing a bit more of a hybrid deck, then Gale kind of loses. Like, it might become awkward, and in some cases just a straight up like 5 for 7.
But if against Lockdown, it's hard to set up Gale. But if you think about it, with the leader, Gale is easily set up. Easily set it up.
Yeah, and that was the good thing with the Blood Sun at the time when it was good, is because obviously like you made your opponent think about passing sometimes because they have to consider the bleed when it comes to determining how much power they needed to get ahead. That was the fun part, and like you were able to catch a lot of players that like didn't really consider the bleed, and like they ended up passing, but it's a tie, so now like you have that card advantage that you shouldn't have gotten because they just didn't think about the points from bleed. So
I do have some changes in mind regards to this deck, but we'll check this. Sounds about good.
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't familiar with Vampires, because maybe you started playing just when The Way of the Witcher came out, so you probably have no idea what Vampires are because nobody plays them. The idea is you're trying to inflict a lot of bleed on your opponent's side of the field, and what bleed does is every turn it actually decreases the power of the bled unit by 1, and then it's gonna do that for the amount of turns that it has bleed. So if it's bleed 3, it'll be losing by 1 point per turn for 3 turns, and yeah. So Necrat is the engine that does that. It applies bleed for 2 turns. It usually has a cooldown of 2, but if you play a vampire card, the cooldown will be reduced. It's similar to the Elven Swordmasters in terms of the cooldown timer mechanic in that sense, but obviously this one utilizes bleed. We have cards like Bruxa, Vampire applies bleed, which is support for Necrat, of course. Garcane, which is an engine for bleed as well. So for every unit that has, or every time, or at the end of your turn, if there's an enemy unit with bleed, then Garcane's power goes up. So it's a pretty decent engine. So not only do you have to deal with your units being bled, you have to also deal with Garcane's power going up. So it's a bit of a double trouble there. Some of these other cards, like for example, Feast of Blood is vampire bleed support, but then we're looking at cards now like Untitled Conqueror and Naglfar's Crew, which have absolutely nothing to do with vampires. These have no vampire bleed support whatsoever. This is where the hybrid part comes in. These ones are gonna support Frost. Well, I mean, Untitled Conqueror really is just meant for point slam, but it is a very solid point slam for a,
Yeah, I could easily replace Naglfar's Crew with Endrega Lava.
Yeah, Endrega Larva is pretty solid as well, especially because we do have a couple of point slams. So yeah, exactly. It's funny because, I mean, there could be a chance that the person we got this deck from just doesn't have Endrega Larvas, although I don't know who in their right mind would not have Endrega Larva.
I do remember when I was starting Gwent games, right? When I was a beginner, I never had any of these cards, but I still need decks. I submitted decks.
Yeah.
So people actually use those decks. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you don't know, and if you're not a monsters main and you do want to try monsters, Endrega Larva is like a must-have. You want to try and fit in Endrega Larva. It is a very powerful unit. That 2 armor makes it a lot more powerful than it looks. So they may just be a little bugs, but they're armored little bugs, man. They can do their own thing. He doesn't know that I'm about to put him on the spot, but Decode, you're gonna go through the gold cards, so you can go ahead and talk about these cards and yeah.
I could talk about the cards. Yeah, let's say Oberon. Yeah, it's a really good, unless you're running Devotion, right? Yeah, whenever I talk about Oberon, I always go, oh, let's make a Devotion instead of mid-range deck, because this round 3 potential is actually pretty good, because it also enables your Untitled Conquerors, right?
Yep.
So yeah, Oberon is pretty good. And other alternative, if you're not looking to go to Devotion, the same provision is Speartip. Like same provisions, same points, if not more. Now, just go and highlight Crimson Cusk, please.
Sure.
Yeah, spawns Blood Moon on enemy row for 5 turns, then spawn 2 Chimeras in the opposite. The only place in which this is good, in my opinion, is like decks against Lippy, which row stacks, and Movement. Other than that, I don't know which other, and Assimilate also. Assimilate also stacks the row, but I haven't seen much of Assimilate as of late. But this if a Veil unit is on that row, this card just is basically nullified. So
yeah, exactly. So the Veil is a really big counter to this card. Exactly.
Yeah. The Veil basically nullifies the 10 provision card. So you gotta watch out on which row you're gonna use it on.
Yep.
And then this once, but the pros of this card is that if this and Oriana sticks, that's it. It's GG.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it's very hard. It's very situational.
And so, I think like Oriana's almost always used as a sort of like, I wouldn't say last ditch resort, but obviously like you want to play Oriana like towards the rear end of your round 3.
She's like a delayed finish.
Yeah, exactly. Because we already have other engines that, our opponent's gonna have to try and deal with. For example, the Beast, Gale, Necrat, of course, probably Garcane. So, we have a decent amount of engines in here that they're gonna have to deal with, obviously. And,
and next card, Erudin. Erudin, you need to achieve dominance. But I'm not sure how you're gonna achieve dominance without the big boys,
Yeah, exactly.
We can make the changes. Yeah, we can make the changes later, but Frost gives you dominance, but to what extent? You know?
Right. Yeah. We do have the Beast, which can help us in that regard, but like you
But,
don't. Yeah, it's a card
there
that
are lots.
there's
There
too
are
many
lots.
counters.
There are a lot of controls.
Exactly.
Yeah, there
There's
are a
too many
lot of
counters.
controls right now.
Right.
And Cave Troll just for Oriana.
Yep.
Is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Katakan is my favorite card.
Oh
Just
yeah.
highlighting it.
Katakan is
It has
great.
Yeah. Pride, Vampire, Death Wish, Deploy. What more could you ask for in a monster card?
Yeah, it has all of the mechanics that monsters always use. Katakan is like the all-around monster card.
It also has a spawn. Yeah.
Exactly.
So good.
It's quite funny because sometimes I forget that Katakan triggers scenario. And like,
Yeah,
I keep thinking that I'm one card less on scenario. I'm like, wait, Katakan's here, it's a Death Wish, and people forget it.
Yeah. And,
yeah, like we see weather. Okay, here's the interesting thing. We have technically 3 weather cards. 2 Art Gates and a Crimson Curse. So like, and there's only 2 rows on our opponent's side of the field. So there's even a, like, if we don't sequence right here, or if we end up like bricking, then this is gonna get kind of awkward. And they take up quite the amount of turns.
Yeah. That's why I mostly don't mix these 2 up, but we'll see how this turns out. You know? Maybe you can use I mean, you don't have Gales to tutor the Art Gate also, so it's like more top heavy. So
we don't have tutors, so there's a chance we can probably.
You don't have Naglfar also.
Yeah, Naglfar is an option for sure. But yeah, because the only card we can really use to thin right now is just the Winter Queen, and even for Winter Queen to come out, we need to play like Art Gate for it. So this
maybe that's why he included the Naglfar Taskmaster and
probably
everything.
Probably just because they had to go this route. So
the next gold card is the Cave Troll. Yeah, it's a solid defender. You can defend the Caranthese row. You can defend. The main purpose for this is to defend the Oriana.
Yep.
But if you don't draw Oriana, especially with the lack of tutors in this deck, you can defend that the row in which you're gonna guarantee the beast.
Yeah.
So that you can have double beast ticking. So you can trigger the beast in such a way that one beast is always higher than the other, so that the board keeps going on.
Yep.
Yeah, you can set up those, and Oriana. Yeah, it's a must-have in Bloodsun deck because.
This is like the best card for all vampires, so you gotta have her every time.
Yeah.
And obviously you have to be able to protect her.
Yeah, then this is the hybrid synergy with the Diversion and the Frost.
Yep.
She's a monstrous roche, so.
Yeah, that is true. But she is cheap, so, you know.
Yeah.
And she's pretty good.
Cheap and an engine.
Exactly.
She's also an engine.
A cheap and an engine, exactly, so.
And we have a Purify and a Bleed and a Vampire tag for the Oriana. Gales, when he works, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the Vampire drains are actually peanuts.
Yeah, not gonna lie. This almost kind of reminds me of like a weaker version of like the Protoflutter. And
this is a weaker version of the Protoflutter.
For those of you who have no idea what the Protoflutter is, first of all, I don't blame you. But B, like you need to establish dominance with Protoflutter. In the case for Gale, they have to be bleeding, and you have to be able to kill them in order to get the boost. But in my opinion, in terms of condition-wise, this is far more conditional than the Protoflutter. Because at least with the Protoflutter, you just need dominance. This one, you need you need to deal the death blow, but you know, if they're not bleeding, then you can only damage them by 1. So you really have to catch them off guard. But if they see that you're playing Blood Scent, they're almost going to expect that you're gonna have Gale. So that's why this card
as soon as they see Blood Scent, they'll be like thinking all the unplayed vampires out there.
Exactly. So this is gonna be tough, but we're gonna give it a shot, and we'll see how it goes. And just to go through the last 2 cards, we have the Beast and the Phantom. I just like to call these cards the twin engine towers, because they're both engines and they're both 7s. And they can actually provide a bit of like sort of the long round that monsters actually lacks.
And also these both engines are dominance enablers.
Yes, is Phantom? Yeah, exactly. They can be.
Dominance, dominance enablers.
Exactly. Okay, so we are going. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Of course. Of course, no.
It is what it is, right? When you jump into ladder with these kinds of decks, then it's gonna happen.
But at least here's the caveat. You have the frost package, you have Necrorat for the veil.
Yep. You have Necrorat.
But I'm not sure what Karanthi is gonna give you, but
Karanthir actually gives me nothing here unless I want to go the second defender. So I think I actually do get rid of Karanthir, but the risky part of that is there's a chance we're never gonna get him back.
Kick the Feast of Blood.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's fine now.
Okay, so
start with Necrorat.
When we look at openers, it's Necrorat into the Veil, right?
Yeah. That is the opener.
That is so annoying, though. It is so annoying.
No.
I mean, if you guys are familiar with how lockdown works, then like, you know, Veil can keep you on hold for a little while, but you know, for how long, right?
Definitely. And the thing is, we didn't draw into another vampire. The only other vampire we have is
Yeah, the only other vampire we have here now is the Bruxa. Okay, but if we apply the crew, then we don't apply the bleed. Do we still apply the bleed? I mean, he's gonna try and keep this alive, so... Yeah, I think Bruxa becomes a bit too valuable in this point. Yeah, I think I'll do this, and maybe I'll keep the bleed?
Yeah, because he's not a Thrive proc also.
Yeah.
Just keep the charge in hand.
Yeah.
If he has a non-engine unit, you give the bleeding.
He might follow up here with the soldiers.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, soldiers actually would. Yeah, the Imperial soldiers would be a good one for us to use the bleed on.
Doggos are the soldiers. They are the.
Yeah, we actually benefit a lot more against decks that play wide, which is why, like you said, right? Like Crimson Curse does well on Lippy, just because we're guaranteed a row that has like 6 different units, which is pretty nice.
Yep. And I don't like the fact that it's an RNG. You can go all into a single unit.
Yeah, that's true. And like if one of them has Veil, like that's enough just to like for every time it hits Veil, it's like 2 less points, and which is like so insane. Okay, he could place the cavalry here, locks the Naglfar crew. Fair enough.
I think now is the Bruxa turn, or should we wait?
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, what are we waiting for?
That's the thing.
If we do play we can't play the Bruxa now, and she will serve as an engine for when our conquerors come in. So I'll play the bleed on the cavalry, I guess, and play Bruxa.
Yeah.
And then I'll bleed the sergeant.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, it'll keep it on bay for 2 turns. So this is where the part where they have to obviously keep track of. Obviously, they're not gonna pass now, but like, you know, this is where they need to keep track of like how much points they need to get ahead. Okay,
if you play something on the range row, we can cross. Yeah, cross. This is the cross turn. You can beat the guy and you can.
Oh, the Ard Gate, and we get out the Winter Queen, right?
Yeah, we can get out the Winter Queen, and you have a Necrorat turn. That's so cool. Yeah. More points, right?
True. So yeah, this is looking really nice. Oh wow, Sarid. Okay,
it's a trio. It's a Witcher trio. Nice.
It could also actually. I've noticed that I just see like the duo now. I don't really see as much of the trio anymore. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Hold on. What happens if we pass here?
Are you thinking about passing now?
I think you can play the Conqueror, one Conqueror.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like. Yeah, that's true. Besides, he's not gonna be able to touch this anyway. He has Veil, so.
Yeah.
That's the interesting with a deck like this, right? Because this deck is not like how most other monsters decks are played. Obviously, like with monsters, a short round benefits them the most, but that's not necessarily always the case with vampires. Like I think with vampires, you need a bit of a longer round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, placed commits the Ox. Okay, so now we have no information on his hand again.
Don't you think we can pass here?
I think this is actually a pretty okay pass, because he needs to beat us by now 11, right?
Yeah, we can pass.
Yeah, then I'll take the pass here.
Yeah. He has to commit a huge card.
And that's one of the weaknesses of Lockdown, is they cannot make up this many points unless they give up a really good card. And we haven't committed, well, we committed these 2, but this one comes back, so it's not the worst.
He might have Vanhamar.
Vanhamar, yeah. Empire Brigade, yeah. I mean, he can't beat us with that.
That's a 10.
Yeah, and then he has to play another card. So we are gonna go into a 10-card round 3. Wow.
That's so good for you, though.
It
but
is.
The thing
It
is.
is.
You don't have a leader.
It
That's
is.
The thing is, you don't have a leader.
He's a ball. He's a ball friend. Yikes.
I mean, who doesn't run ball in this?
That's true. I'm pretty sure every mass. I mean, unless you're Mercern. Mercern's the only guy that can get to 2500 without having to use it. Okay.
I also don't run ball.
So should I just start looking for our golds then? Maybe get rid of the Bruxa?
Yeah, get rid of the Bruxa.
Oh god. This is what I'm afraid of. Oh no. This is bad. This is so bad though. Like on a 10-point, I mean on a 10-point round, I guess that's I don't know though.
Yeah.
Get rid of this. Okay, we got Oriana. He's gonna pass here obviously, unless he's crazy and he thinks he can actually bleed me.
We do have the last say, right?
Yeah, we have last say no matter what. And he's actually gonna play it out. This guy's crazy. He's crazy.
You'll give your lives for the Empire with no hesitation.
Okay, this is strange.
Start off with the Phantom then.
With the Phantom?
Or you wanna
Phantom?
play the Yeah.
I mean, Frost. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know how much he's gonna push, right? I feel like if he pushed like this, I think he might try to go all the way.
Yeah. So we have to start with the Phantom.
Yeah, let's start with the Phantom. I feel like he's gonna be able to remove this, but I don't know.
He can remove it with Vincent and the other removal cards, but what other choice do you have?
That's true.
You don't have leader. You don't have leader for the Garcane also.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward. I was expecting him to dry pass, honestly. I think we were both expecting him to dry pass.
Yeah, he should have dry pass.
Okay, that's fine. I kind of want to commit Frost now, though.
You want to commit the Frost, or you want to?
Or actually, Crimson. I mean,
I think it's a Crimson Curse, right?
On the back row, because that will enable Garcane and Oriana, right?
Yeah. I think you play the Crimson Curse.
All right, if he's gonna commit all the way through, then let's do it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We have Frost.
Maybe Eridan on the melee row.
Eridan?
Eridan is 8, right?
I think so. It's 5, 18, and then we can commit the Phantom as well.
Yeah.
That's a big commitment, but I mean, we have to go with it, right?
You gotta go with this.
Yeah, true. Asa Krisa. I love that voice line.
Dude,
I mean, we're still guaranteed. Huh?
Yeah, we guaranteed last week.
Yeah, and we still have. I have no idea what he.
My favorite deck in beta.
Oh, the Wild Hunt deck.
Nothing but Wild Hunt. Yeah, I played nothing but Wild Hunt in beta.
Yeah, honestly though, those were still the days. Those were the days.
Yeah, and now Garcanes are useless. So
yeah, so we get rid of both.
Yeah. You gotta.
God.
Oh no.
This is where it gets really iffy.
I
mean, with no tutors, this is tough.
Yeah, I don't understand why it does. It is what it is, I guess.
This is annoying. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay.
I think we definitely have to play the defender now.
Yeah, we have to start with defender, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's annoying. This is probably a Heatwave answer. If he has it. Is it Devotion? Oh, I can't tell. I think it is, right?
It could be a Devotion. But my line of thought is that this is a double beast rather than double Oriana.
Double beast instead of double Ori? Yeah, that will make sense actually. Because Oriana gets 0 value at this point. Roderick. Okay.
And to ball, I guess.
Probably. And he has. Yeah, here comes the ball.
Here comes the ball.
Yep.
You can do the Taskmaster, right?
The Frost on the back row?
Yeah, the back row.
True. You could.
Are you cold, human insect?
We are actually not in a hurry to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We don't need to do the double beast play yet. We can make him use up, like, you know, his poisons and stuff. He could still have locks, but I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It's fine. He'd rather lock the crew than the beast, you know.
That's true, because we do still have Frost, so he's.
K-Troll is gone. K-Troll is 100% gone.
Yeah, true.
You were saying?
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, coup de grace. I was gonna say one of these is gonna be triggered by the coup de grace for sure. Imagine if I had a Strace of Spala and I could have just like moved this thing up. That'd have been fun. That'd have been just like just there's an annoying card.
Dao is actually a pretty cool card. I know Sawyer likes his Dao.
Yeah, I know he likes that. Oh boy. Well, he double procs it. Cave Troll is now gone.
The good thing is the scenario is fucked.
This ain't gonna look good.
For sure. Yeah, you gotta play unitless now. I think you play the Fox now.
I think so too, yeah.
Or you can play the oh, we don't have vampires. So
no.
We need a vampire.
Yeah, we don't have to bleed. Oh, wait, so you guys have already seen how one game went. As you guys can see, like I said, this deck is not great. There's a lot of inconsistencies with it and a lot of potential awkward hands, which you see what we got there. So, changes. Let's go ahead. Talk about changes. What do we got?
If we're going diversion, we need a Nagelfar.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we still want to get rid of the Ardgaith for it, because Ardgaith's the only card that triggers Winter Queen, right? Yeah, so if we get rid of Ardgaith, we have to get rid of Winter Queen, unless we want to play the Red Riders to trigger the Winter Queen still.
But you need a Gales, right?
Oh, sorry, Jeels. The card that's
I don't know how you.
The card that tutors Wild Hunt, right?
Yeah.
This guy.
Is it Jails or Gales? I don't know.
Sorry, when you said Gale, because I said Jeel, like with two E's. That's how I do it, but I don't know.
Okay.
So you're thinking about adding this card in as well, like instead of the Nagelfar?
It could be a possibility, but if the Crimson Curse is a problem, though.
Yeah, that's true. It could potentially be a problem. I feel like when they made this deck, I don't know if their vision was to try and have like 2 long rounds. Like, you know, like round 1 went decently well for us there. Like we were able to deal with their cards very well, because like the Necrat starter with the Crystal Skull, they couldn't do anything about it unless they wanted to play the Invo on it, which obviously not worth it.
I think you can run 1 Necrat instead of 2 and put in a Lava.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. We need thinning packages also. We don't have any thinning packages.
Yeah, we have nothing to thin. Yeah, like you said, Nagelfar is an option. Geos is an option.
You can actually swap Feast of Blood for Blue Mons. Blue Mons actually has a point on the board, and it's a vampire. Instead of Feast of Blood, you can have Blue Mons.
Oh, Plumards. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It is a body on the board.
Yeah.
I wonder if they wanted to do the Purify, maybe in case they were running into Defenders.
I'm honestly a fan of Feast of Blood, but I don't think you run it in this deck.
2 Plumards, not to mention it triggers Larva, so that's pretty nice. You want to keep 2 Nagelfar's crew.
You can kick 1 crew and add another Lava.
Hey, there we go. Now you're talking my language now, dude. You're talking my language. Yeah, that's nice. Now we still have.
You can pick the crew.
Both crews then?
Yeah.
Okay. We can't get a 3rd Larva though.
But you can have the Bruiser.
Fair. Yeah. Movement might be okay. It might be good here actually. Now we can do that.
Yeah.
It's a proc for Thrive, and
if you really want to purify, you can have Taskmaster.
we already have Purify. We already have a Purify. Like, what are we gonna use for Purify on? Defender, right? Like.
Yeah.
And for Nagelfar's Taskmaster, if we want to use it as a defensive Purify, we need to have Dominance, which is again not easily achievable, without like them removing us. So
I think you pick Caracan because you don't have enough.
That's gonna hurt you, man. That's gonna hurt you, you know. But yeah, that's fair.
Think about it. You don't have big boys to fight.
We don't have spear tips and stuff. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. You gotta kick him now.
Kick it for Naglfar?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, we can go lower. If we want to go, I don't think we want to go Geos though. Geos only brings out the Ardgate is the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can actually swap it out for Naglfar.
Yep, Naglfar it is. Where the heck
You don't
is it?
have riders also, but you definitely need the thin man.
True, that is true. I think thinning is far more of a priority at this point.
Yeah, you can swap Gale for Ada.
Fair enough, but a little bit of control. It's more consistent control, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh crap! What did I just get rid of?
Winter Queen.
Winter Queen.
So many queens.
Why do they have names of the same thing, man? Like, change this. What the heck? Okay, are we happy with these changes?
We can give this a try. If again the Crimson Curse blocks us, we just remove the Crimson. But
Ooh, hello.
Is he gonna bamboozle us without being devotion?
Maybe. Okay, well.
Necrorat we need.
Yeah,
we know the mulligan, right?
Yeah, I know the mulligan. Yeah, we only have one though, that's the problem. I'm thinking of getting rid of one Plumard here. Because why would I, like, either that or our opener might actually have to be the Conqueror, to be honest. I could also get rid of Caranthir. Actually, and also Oberon.
Yeah.
I mean, this is actually, this is okay.
Not bad. We can start with the Phantom, right?
Oh yeah. Do we boost this one? I don't think he would have removal for it.
No,
right?
no. We boost the Garke.
True. He doesn't have. He wouldn't have removal for this.
Yep. Unless he runs Payday. But Payday is also, yeah, keeps it at 1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Payday, he'll need to. Ooh, Halfling Safecracker. Wait, is this?
Yeah, it's the old school Firestone.
So he'd be running what, Horse and Senior and all that shenanigans?
Yeah, Senior, Gold and stuff. We need the last day.
Bruxa here is...
Oh yeah, Bruxa.
Yeah, Bruxa's fine here.
I'm like, the problem is that I can't see the status in the Discord, so...
Wait, what?
I can't see the status properly in the Discord.
Oh, because of the quality?
Yeah, but it's fine.
I mean, I haven't had much problems in terms of the quality of the recording, so maybe next deck guide I can make the stream recording better quality. I am in Canada after all. Canadian internet should be okay. Should be okay.
Should be okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is clearly the Horse and Senior.
So yeah, we have to win round 1 here.
Yeah, what's that board? What's that board called? Scoia'tael. Yeah, Scoia'tael.
Yeah. So probably Garcane into Crystal Skull.
Garcane into Crystal Skull and then Plumards.
Yeah, the Plumards. Yeah, without a Necrorat, this becomes tough. But we only have 1.
Yeah.
Destroy an ally unit. Oh, he's Devotion
no,
then. Wait,
Devotion.
He's Devotion then. Okay.
So it's Devotion Showdown.
I see. There we go.
A 9-point Garcane level.
I know, right?
You love to see that.
Yeah, right? You love to see it for sure. And then we play the other Plumard, and then if he keeps going, we could commit Untitled Conqueror. Well, I mean, we also can commit Eredin here if we have to.
If we totally have to, yeah.
Yeah. Best to avoid it, of course, but...
Believe I heard more coin clinking about in that pouch of yours.
Yeah, I remember when this card used to be... It used to have the 0 coins for 3 instead of the Firesworn. But I think that change makes sense, though.
Change actually makes a lot of sense, to be honest, instead of coins.
Yeah, for sure.
Coin management is really tough to be good. We're actually trading up really well.
Yeah,
far.
So far, yeah. And we just need to stay ahead, that's all. We can't afford to go down. So here, probably we'd play the Conqueror here next if he keeps playing. And then...
Yeah.
Thing is, do we want to play the Bruiser, though? We want to play the Bruiser first to get the Thrive off of Bruxa? Even though there's really no point in him moving anything. Oh, he's gonna go so wide here.
Greater donations beget greater blessings.
I can pass here.
Do you want to pass or do you want last say?
That's true, but I feel like if he has the echo card, are we gonna be able to come up to keep up with the echo card is the thing.
We definitely can't keep up with the I think, yeah, that makes sense.
Cause look at the rest of our cards, right? Like they're not the strongest, and I feel like if we don't get out of this now, we may not get out of it ever.
Yeah, the problem is we didn't draw echoes.
Yeah, not drawing the frost there kind of sucked. I think this has to be our pass, unfortunately. As much as I don't want to pass either. Because I know he's gonna, I feel like he's gonna start, like, I don't know the cards that boost the Fire Sworn. Like, because I think some of them are, like, in a different language or something. This one is what I was trying to talk about.
Yeah, Desiree. I honestly don't know how to pronounce this card.
Desiree? Desiree?
I don't know.
Yeah, right? Like, it's very strange. So
What language is that?
Huh?
What language is that?
I have no idea. Oh, it's an echo card. That's right. I can't even see it. I think Garcane has to go here. Oh, but Oriana's so awkward. Actually, no, not really. We have blood scent charges.
Bloodstars not bad. We can keep this.
Yeah, I think this hand's okay. I mean, if he
has
passes...
so many goals in the deck, though.
I know. How talented do I feel, though?
I feel you're pretty talented.
True. Okay, that's okay.
Technically, they need a longer round. Why would he bleed?
Oh, guess not. Oh, whoa, hello.
Horse and seen.
Yeah. This will be interesting.
No Ada feels bad, man.
Yeah, right? Ada here would have been great.
So, anything you play is pretty much dead.
That's true. It has to be Larvas always, but that's annoying. That is annoying, isn't it? Yeah, that's the tough part with monsters, right? Like if you don't have a you don't have a lot of cards that like can do removal, especially if you're trying to run devotion. Devotion monsters is like the least control, I think, in terms of all the functions.
I mean, if you run Araka's Swarm, you have a lot of...
Oh yeah, that'll be the opposite exactly. But I mean, I feel like that's something we should try. A control-based Araka Swarm. I feel like that hasn't... We can play around with that.
Earlier.
And here comes Payday.
Yeah, goodbye lava.
Mm-hmm.
I told Winter Queen next.
I just heard Queen, sorry. I just heard the word Queen, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it happens. Then you can play Eridan.
This is Ulrich? Okay. Of course it's Devotion. Dang, I mean, yeah, it makes sense to roll stack. See, it makes sense to roll stack after you've seen the card, you know?
Yeah.
Ever faithful to the flaming rose.
I mean, do I still want to commit Bruxa here?
You gotta play Bruxa.
Yeah,
it's very slow, I know, but you gotta play it sooner.
That's true.
Rather than later.
Gonna hit one of them, even though we can't really kill it.
Now you can Eridan, I guess. Eridan, the
I mean, if he
round.
passes, I don't even know if Eridan's an option. If he actually, I don't think he's gonna pass at this point. I think he's gonna try and just 2-0 us here.
Yeah.
Into the darkness.
Oh my god. He's gonna board wipe everything. Oh, not having Ada is such a feels bad.
That's the thing with this deck. No consistency.
Yeah, exactly. It is tough, but you know what? We gave it a shot. You know, we gave it a shot, even though it didn't turn out well for us at all.
You got a leader, Oriana, man.
We just have to risk it now without. Yeah, we have to get as many points as we can, right? That's annoying though.
No, Karanthir is also...
Just trying to think, because this one can transform, so I don't want to hit any of their... So we'll hit this.
Yeah.
And... I mean, I don't know. I might just want to play the Queen of the Night on this in case he doesn't pass, but I don't know. I'll play it on this. And I am going to save the Queen of the Night on this. And then... I might actually just try and get this thing out of here. Then we'll Oriana this thing. Even though she doesn't do much, but that's okay.
We can play Eredin next.
If he has BGF, I'm gonna cry, but...
He definitely has BGF.
We could play Eredin next. Okay, cool. So he's slowed down a little bit here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eredin here is nice. Eredin's still front row, right?
Yeah, front row.
Just more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually pretty. This is actually okay now. Now we might be okay here. Oberon is gonna be really nice in the short round 3, and because we're talented, we're gonna draw him, of course. He still has he still has Desiree, doesn't he?
He has Desiree, yeah.
Yeah, he still has that shenanigans. Oh boy, here we go. He's gonna swarm up his row as much as he can for sure.
You gotta play the Queen of the Night now.
Yep. I have to get as much bleed off as possible here.
He wins it either way, so
probably, yeah. No, not on this. This gets hit. Gonna hit on the Elvid. Yeah, because he now has a kill target with Ekamara, which is unfortunate. It's all Fire Sworns, right?
if he achieves Death Blow, it's every...
It's all allied crap. Okay, then that's tough. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Oh well. That's tough.
The lack of tutors is like shooting your own foot, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that just kind of shows sort of the problem with trying to mix two archetypes that don't really have a lot of synergy together. Like
especially with the curse and the frost, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And the reason
they override each other.
Yeah, and the fact that we had to change it to the Endrega Larva just so we could have a bit of crossover between the two. Because at least even if we're playing Frost and then Vampire and then Frost and Vampire after, at least we still have Endrega Larva that can still get procced. So that was really the only way we could mix it together. But other than that, like, this deck's obviously not the strongest. I still believe there are some hopes for Vampires out there. That could be a for future video for sure. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this deck down in the comment section below. Of course, leave a like if you guys you know, enjoyed this kind of different approach to checking out decks and deck guides and such. And of course, I'd like to thank Decode789 for joining me. As always, you're always a pleasure to have around.
We can try them out.
Yeah, I'll leave links to the decks. I'll leave a link to the original deck and this deck in the description as well if you guys want to check it out and maybe make your own revisions. And if you guys have some, it'd be great if you guys could post it as well. We'd be more than happy to take a look at it, and I'll be sure to force Decode to come back here and do this again with me. And yeah,
I'll be very, very happy to do this again.
And yeah, of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And I'll leave Decode's YouTube link in the description if you want to. You want to? You want
fine.
to? All right, then it's all good. Then you'll just see him whenever he joins me here. And other than that, this is Enzo and Decode
signing out.
and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yeah.